Give it back right now, or I swear I will make you regret this." The words burst out of Leo's mouth so sharp they sliced through the alley. 3 older boys froze for half a beat, surprised a quiet kid dared to talk like that, and their faces twisted into cruel smiles. One swung Leo's thin wallet in the air like a prize. Another stepped closer, and the third blocked the only way out. The lane smelled of hot dust and stale food, tight walls pressing in. Leo's heart hammered, but his feet stayed planted. A black car sat at the corner of the street, half hidden by a rusted sign. Inside, Elias Kane watched through the windshield, breath locked in his throat. Billionaire, founder man, who never flinched in front of cameras or rivals. Yet right now, his hands shook. He had followed his 16-year-old son from school for the first time in his life, driven by a fear he couldn't name. He expected candy shops, maybe a friend's house, maybe a harmless detour. Instead, he found this. Hours earlier, the mansion had been calm and cold in the morning light. Elias stood in his spotless kitchen, staring at his son like he was trying to solve a mystery. Leo had been distant for weeks. Late walks home, short replies. A phone always hidden. Elias, used to controlling outcomes, felt helpless. He offered a birthday gift at breakfast, hoping for a spark. Leo said thanks without even opening the box and walked out with that same heavy quiet. It was a small thing, but it hit Elias hard. Distance from your child feels like a slow loss. So he skipped meetings, slid into the back of his driver's car and said follow him, but stay far. He watched Leo leave school alone, not taking the family car. The boy's shoulders were tight, his stride quick, eyes fixed on the ground. Moved past bright streets into older ones, where paint peeled and the air carried the smell of spice and smoke. Elias felt the city changing around them. Then Leo turned into a narrow lane behind closed shops. Elias' stomach sank. He told the driver to stop, stepped out, and followed on foot, suit and polished shoes, looking wrong against broken pavement. Now, the bullies were closing in as the tallest one leaned into Leo's space, voice thick with mockery. "Oh no, rich boy wants his toy back. You gonna cry to daddy?" The boy with the wallet laughed and tapped it against Leo's chest. Leo's jaw tightened. He didn't reach for it. He didn't swing, just stared at the wallet like it wasn't about money at all. Elias saw it then. The wallet was old, cracked at the corner with a faded keychain hanging from it. I wasn't. Leo's son was standing here taking heat for something that didn't belong to him. The realization punched Elias with a strange mix of pride and dread. And as he watched Leo hold his ground, another memory rose in Elias' mind, sharp and unwanted. A skinny boy by a bus stop, older kids circling, rough hands in his pockets. Back when Elias had nothing but a stubborn will and a tired mother downstairs waiting for him. He remembered the taste of fear, the heat of shame, when no one helped. He had promised himself that if he ever had power, he would never let anyone stand alone like that again. The bully's smile turned meaner. "Last chance? Hand over what else you got?" Leo's voice stayed calm, even as fear rippled through him. "It's not mine to give." A slap of silence followed. The boys blinked. That answer didn't fit the script in their heads. The smallest bully shoved Leo's shoulder hard. Leo rocked back once, then steadied. His eyes didn't drop. His hands stayed at his sides. His silence was not surrender, it was control. The tallest bully lifted his fist, ready to end the standoff. With a lesson, Elias moved before thought could catch up. He stepped into the alley and placed himself between the raised fist and his son. No yelling, no threat screamed into the air. It's just a low voice with the weight of steel. "Walk away." The boy stiffened. "Who are you supposed to be?" Elias didn't flinch, someone who doesn't need to explain. His calm was the kind that makes reckless people feel suddenly small. A distant siren drifted closer, not even meant for them, but it was enough to crack their courage. One spat on the ground, another tossed the wallet down. They backed away, then ran. Leo's breath fell out like he'd been holding it underwater. "Dad." The word came out small, half disbelief, half shame. Elias picked up the wallet and turned it in his hands. Inside was a bus pass, a few worn bills, and a photo of a smiling man holding a little boy, both squinting into sunlight. Elias' throat tightened. He looked at Leo, seeing him in a new way, like a curtain had lifted. "Who is this for?" Leo swallowed, eyes glossy but stubborn. "Mr. Rafik? He cleans the halls at school. His son is sick. He dropped it yesterday. Grabbed it today. I followed because I couldn't let him lose it." The alley seemed to soften around them. Elias felt something inside him break cleanly open. He had feared his son was slipping away into trouble, into secrets, into a life Elias couldn't reach.
Oh.
But Leo wasn't hiding sin. He was hiding kindness. He was hiding the kind of courage that doesn't ask for applause. Tears gathered in Elia's eyes before he could stop them. Leo noticed and looked startled, like he had never seen his father human in that way. "I didn't want you to think I was weak," Elia's voice cracked. "Being kind in a cruel place isn't weak. It's the strongest thing a person can be." He placed a hand on Leo's shoulder, firm and warm. "They didn't stop because of me. They stopped because you stood first." Leo blinked hard, fighting emotion. "I was scared." Elias nodded. "So was I, and for the first time in months, silence between them. Felt safe. Not a wall, but a bridge." Elias called the school quietly, not to make a scene, not to turn it into news, just to return the wallet to Mr. Rafik and make sure adults watched that lane. Then father and son walked back together through the late afternoon heat. City smelled the same, looked the same, but Elias felt different. He had built his life on loud victories. His son had just shown him the power of quiet honor. Some heroes don't wear badges. Some heroes are 16, walking into tight streets after school, refusing to look away when someone else is hurting. And sometimes the richest man in the city learns that the best thing he ever made wasn't a company. It was a boy with a brave heart. If this hit you, right where you are watching from, and what you think real strength looks like, share this story with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more stories of quiet courage that changes lives.